everyone, I'm Grahtles, and welcome to episode 9 of the Best Start 2 series. And the last time we left off, we finished that iron factory, and I know you see some changes. Do not panic. Don't panic, please. So anyway, I changed the staircase around, and that is because the only way you could get to the iron factory was through the only way you could get to the copper factory was through the iron factory. I think I said that right. Anyway, so I made those staircases that kind of wrap around and give us a door over there so we can get into the copper factory. I do have some sidewalks started, and I just cleaned up this area. So I know you might be thinking, oh my god, she did stuff without me looking. Nope, let me jump in and I'll show you. So the only thing that was set up over here was the old iron and stuff. I ripped it down, all the extra I sunk into a sink, and then I took away all the platforms, and I moved the biomass setup up to where the coal is. I'll show you that, but it's basically the same setup that we had down here, up there. So I did not want to show you again the same biomass setup. That would bore the hell out of you. So anyway, I just moved the hub over to here, and any kind of extra things we had going on, I just threw in these guys right here. That was sitting over here. But otherwise, everything else I sank. We got about 8 or 9 tickets. Nothing crazy. But anyway, we need to start our limestone. And I left that open. I was kind of cleaning up some electric. So the way I cleaned up the electric was just by pulling it off of inside the buildings. And this way we didn't have it laying out here anymore. So where these miners are, we had electric up in the iron factory. I just pulled them down. So no big deal, nothing crazy. Let's come on up here. I did add some storage for these guys and stuff like that. I don't think I needed to include that in my episodes, but I will show you what I did. Just so you know, this door is not going to stay, but the elevator is on the other side. I gotta see a better solution, maybe a half a foundation or something, but right now that's just closing it up. It's fine. We need to go upstairs so I can show you the storage. Is this not lit? Okay. I forgot to put the power back to this. So anyway, there it is there. So I'm just going to press 2. Grab it. There we go. We now have power. That's all we needed to do. And put that back. Alright, let's go ahead and head up. Alright, this elevator takes a long time. I'm not gonna lie. So right here is storage. So on one of our logistics floor. For some reason I didn't label the other 2 floors. I don't know why. But anyway. So here in the logistics floor is where I ran the copper. So we have the wire, and then over here we have cable, and there's more wire, and back here is the copper sheets, and then I have dimensional depots, and I did not color this, and I really wanted to. There we go. But anyway, that is our copper. Now let's see, I can't get to the iron building from here. Oh yeah, I can. Hello. Over here. Let's start from the top, and I'll work our way down because I do want to show you everything I did. So let's go up here. So over here we had our modular frames. They're coming in to these 5 here, and I do have a dimensional depot on top, and these are producing quite well. Everything is full. This is the last on the line, so that's pretty darn good that everything is full and efficient. Next, let me hop over here. Alrighty. Let's slide on down. That's the rotors section. I do need to still make some signs. Do I have signs? I don't think I have signs. Not on this level. So anyway, we're making the rotors over here. Reinforced plates over here. And those reinforced plates down at the end are going to the modular frames. I did put stair casing in, so that helps. And I can show... I definitely cut that too early. There we go. Don't get dizzy. Alright. There's all our storage. Reinforced plates. That's down the line. That's the ones going to the modular frames. And here's our rotors. Alright, let's go back down now that you saw the storage. Don't get dizzy, because I'm getting dizzy. Oy. Alright, so I showed you this. That's that. Let's come down the floor. Let's come down the floor. So down here is where we are making our screws. So we have storage on both sides, storing all those screws. That's a lot of screws. But once we start putting them out, it'll definitely, I don't want to merge them. This tells me how many is on a line. So 50 per minute. If we have only a 450 belt, then we could only do, well, 5 times whatever. You know, you do the math. But anyway, it helps me to keep the lines straight and how many I could put on a line. Over here, we have the rods. This side is going all the way down here. Again, we do have dimensional depots on the screws, on the rods, and I'll show you where that is. Because over here, where the screws are, we could drop down. This is where we're keeping these screws on this side. And over here, we have the rods on this side. Screws. I meant rods. And this is the dimensional depot for that. If we drop down again, this is just our plates. And they're all filling up. And we have a dimensional depot on them as well. So yeah, that's our iron storage. And now we're going to head over and start working on, wow, that's the logistics floor. Where's my, oh. How do I get down here? I left that there. That wasn't supposed to, oh, there's the staircase. This I need to close up. And that just went into the floor there, I think. Yes, it did. It's fine. Alright, let's come back down. So we're going to head over to where I'm going to make the concrete. And I'll see you there. On my way here, I just double doored it. It actually looks better than what was there. I might even, actually, what's behind here? I might actually put some glass here. Come on. That might actually look a little better. What is that from? Am I missing a floor? Yeah. There we go. That works. Yeah, I like that. Whoa. Okay. So anyway, I laid out this platform. Let's actually get rid of this and this. Because actually we could drop down, probably grab those stairs, put it there. And then that could be the stairs to our new concrete factory. I don't know what that's there for. But anyway, I'm thinking we could put a small building right here and put our concrete on here. And I'm thinking we might build from off of there as well, but let's just go ahead and see where that concrete comes in. So I think it's right there. Oh, I just fell. Let me just go like this a second. There we go. Let's drop in here. So there's our concrete over here. If we wrap this around and we take this glass out, we could probably go right in here and drop it in. And let's see. So what I was thinking was, this is nicely set back. It's not going to take up a lot of space. Let me go into picture mode. And yeah, I think it'll sit right under here. You're not going to see the back stairs, but that's okay. We need about 20 constructors, right? So we could definitely, I think, get away with it. What if we did this? Let's come back to here. Let's see how high we can go. We got rid of these here. We came back with this. Let's zoop this. It could go one higher. That would sit right there. And we could probably bring that. Let's just do this a minute. Let's hop over to here. Take that off a minute. We could probably bring those in right over here. Let's see. Bring that in. That kind of blocks that, but if we did that, it could slip underneath. Right, like that. Let's see, can I grab this and jump up? Probably not. Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright, let's grab that and go to there. So we could definitely drop that right into there. And that could go right underneath there. And that could come over this way and drop into this side of the building. Now, I don't know if I like this way exactly. So what if we did something on an angle again, sort of like the Iron Factory there. Something maybe like that, or even lower. We could probably even go 1, 2 lower. And then let's go here. Something like that might work. Let's take a step back. Picture mode is, wow, I just fell off. It's fine. No, because we still need the height over here for our building. So let's go see what we can do. I gotta go get my... Oh, I'm down here. Of course I am. I just flung myself off the building. I didn't die. That's good. Alright, I'm back up. I'm wondering if I should take this down a notch. I'm not really liking the height there. Let's see. Go to default. There we go. And then zoop. We come maybe below that. We could still leave this kind of guy here. Like that. You can definitely sneak those that way. And then come out this way and drop them in. I'm not mad about that. I think we could even move this over to here. Let's get rid of that. We could start the building there. And drop that down here. And here. Alright, and this we might, I don't know, we might make 1s, we might make 2s, I don't know. We'll probably have to fill that in. I'm not quite sure. This is all guesswork as I'm working. Alright, 20 constructors is what we're gonna need. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 platforms to kind of work on. If we used 1 as say the front of the building, I think we might do all glass in the front. So it gives us more room in the back. So I'm saying let's start at the center. We are going to need 2 splitters for each one here. So I'm just going to go 1 there, 1 there. They're evenly split right down the middle, right? It looks like it. Yeah. All right. Those guys are coming in. These are going to sit right in the centers. All right, so I'm going to do a constructor over here and a constructor over there. Let's see how it goes. So let's grab constructors. We could bring them pretty far in, like that, if we wanted to. And we also have another option. So what I could do too, this is another way of doing it. It's a very space-saving method. So let's do this. I can have a splitter coming in from the top, splitting to one side, and a splitter coming in from the bottom, splitting to that side. So this one would hook up, say from there to there. And then this one, let's get that going. There to there. Wow, that didn't connect. There we go. Now, I do want this one pushed out a little bit. I want the same amount of space as this guy. So let's press H, because I just want to see where that ends up. The back end of that machine is there. I want that there. It just looks better. And that still gives us plenty of space on the bottom here. So that's fine. So next, let's go ahead and set that up there. That is off because I didn't move it, of course. Of course! There. And then, H. I just gotta see where that comes to. Back it up 1. That, I just fell. It's fine. There. Alright. There we go. So that's exactly how it's gonna be set up. So that is 1 on this side. We're gonna press Control so it lines up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not where it was supposed to go. It's alright. 9 and 10. So that leaves us plenty of room to come down and bring that into the side with those splitters. We could also bring this out a little bit more if we wanted to. Let's take a look in picture mode and see if we're happy with that. Coming in there, that does match up nice, but I feel like we could take up one more space on the end and bring that one constructor over and maybe bring this part of the building over just a little bit. I think I might like that a little bit better, so let's try it. Just gonna add another row here. Not that far back. And then I'm gonna grab you and add you there. And I'm gonna take away the 2 on the other end. Well, 1 on the other end. That kind of leaves us here. I'm wondering if we remove this and maybe make this a double wide. But that's gonna mess up that. That does mess that up a little bit. Maybe I leave this. Come back out. See, this is why you're here with me during the process, because I never know what I'm gonna do. I can try to plan all I want, but it doesn't work. Once I start building, that's when I start thinking and thinking and thinking. You know, we're gonna leave that alone. One thing I think we could do, so I don't like that right there. I think if we just bring it back there, it'll make me feel better. It was giving me anxiety being part of the building there. I did not like that. So anyway, let's go ahead. I think we will add that 1 extra space there, and it gives us a little bit more room on this side. We gotta spin this around. That's 2 then. And then we gotta do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. That's okay with me. That's gonna come down and go into these guys. Let's grab these splitters. So I guess we'll do the bottom first. Just is easier. Alright, and then we'll do the tops. So this is easier for the fact that you don't have to line it up. You just have to place 2 and then remove the middle. Gosh darn it. Get up there. There we go. Alright, now we just got to put our lifts in. And now our belts. Now we actually have to connect the bottoms and the tops. Alright, everybody's connected. The only thing we don't have is power or limestone. So, let's see what we got. So, let me think. Power, we should be able to run right under here. We drop down. Are we stuck on... That's going to be a little tough to get some power under some of these. We definitely can get them over there, but over there is going to be a problem. I kind of want it to be uniform, whichever way it's kind of going. Can I get up here with the rail? No, not with the rail, but I can get here. And I didn't put rail on this side. That's annoying. I'll have to finish that off later. Okay, that's gonna bother me. If I zoop it, it'll work. Yeah, that's fine. I'll finish that later. Alright, let's go back up. Power, power, power. I have power right there. I could bring that power up and in over to here. Do I put it in the ceiling then? Because I can't put it in the floor. There's just no way this is touching the rock underneath. I could put it in the foundation themselves. And wow, I just totally missed this one, didn't I? I forgot I added that one later and then just did not connect it. It's fine. If I can grab a conveyor belt. There we go. And lift. So what I'm thinking is we'll run it through the concrete underneath. We did that before and it worked out quite well. So if we just drop into here and we get rid of these, I think we'll just do one side here. That should be fine. That's too far. Okay. Let's go ahead into Q, power, and the outlet. So that is 1, 2 machines. We'll do that. That's 1, 2 machines there. 1, 2 machines here. That's 4. 1, 2 machines here. 6. 8. Let's grab this. And then we'll be able to grab that. And that'll be 10. Let's connect them up. Alrighty. So one of our outlets is right over there, behind there. And then we got one right here. So that'll work, actually. Let's grab that. We're just going to throw it up here. And I'm going to grab it from here. Bring it to there. And then bring that to there. Now, let's see if we could grab these machines. They're going to be easier on this side, and then we might have to remove the other foundations. So, let's just do this. Okay, now we could delete this side. Be careful not to delete that line there. I mean, if you did, it wouldn't be a big deal, but it would be a little bit of a pain in the butt. There we go. Alright, and we could still see the backs of these. So that still will hook up. Alright, we can't see that way, so let's go this way. And drop down. Alright, so our machine should be hooked to power. We did not set them on concrete, which kind of sucks, because now we have to do that. But we also have to bring in that limestone. So, let's go ahead and see here. Concrete, that's yellow now. So I'm going to do Control-C, and then Control-V, all the way down the line. And the other side. Alrighty. Now we got to hook up our limestone. Alright, so if we come up here, and then we jump in here, it's perfect here. We could fit right in here. Let's go ahead and drag these guys in. We'll grab the first set. And if we, press R, go straight, should turn down the line here. Alright, stay next to the wall. Back up. Thought it would turn blue, but it didn't. I'm just gonna go like that. It's probably because it's hitting the wall. It's fine though. Alright, let's do the same here. Alright. These two are gonna come through here and down into here. I'm wondering... This needs to be the height of the building. Because that's pretty low. But let me just show you. We could not come down one lower than that. I mean, could we? We could. And it would bust through everything. But you can't. You can't. Not gonna happen. That is the lowest ceiling possible. Which, I'm not even sure I like, but it's not terrible. It's a small little building, just for concrete. And I think it'll work. The thing I'm not liking is the way this is going to come in. I'm wondering if I could drop them ever so slightly underneath into here and bring them in that way. Let's put this over here. That might be a better option, at least for me. I'm gonna go here a second though, because here's where we are. Just gonna get rid of that a second, and I gotta go here. No, here. See if I can drop them down. Let's see if I go here. Still too high. I'm gonna come here. Let's see. I know I keep saying let's see because I'm kind of curious myself now. Is that where I want it to be? There's where I want it to be. Gotta jump back up there again. Jump over to here. So here's where it's gonna come out to. So, I could... Alright, let's jump this way a second. Let's see if I could bring it down. I could even bring it down to this level. What am I thinking? That would be perfect. I sure can. Alright, let's see. I could put a lift here. But let's see where it ends up here. I'm gonna do it a little bit in further. And then that's gotta be turned in. Is that low enough to be hidden? Well, it'll be underneath. I don't know. Don't listen to me. We're just gonna try this. That is not correct. That's gotta come in more. There we go. Is that the right height? I sure hope it is. We'll find out. Let's go ahead. This is all trial and error, and I just fell in, and that's fine. Yep, that's kind of okay. It's kind of going to dip down a little bit. I don't mind that, And then that is going to sit like that. Maybe. I might bring something over here to cover that, because I'm not really liking that. But let's go ahead and connect this. It's a little low. I don't know if I like that. You know what? Let's do this. Since I have one set up, I know exactly where it's going to go. I'm just going to bring that up. One more. Looks so much better that way. Nope, not close enough. There we go. Much better. I could definitely live with that. Before we do anything now, is there a window missing? No, it's perfect. Okay. Alright, we're gonna bring that to there. That to there. Alright. Wow, I just fell. Okay. I'm gonna grab this. Put that there. I now have these guys here. I can't put this in here, because you see that. So I'm gonna have to put some kind of, I don't know, wall or something. Maybe a 2 meter and a 1 meter. Maybe I could just block this in with a 1 and then a 2, but you kind of see the edge of that. Not thrilled about that. Let's do this. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's probably not fine, but it's fine for now. Because I think we'll come up with a better solution maybe somehow. But anyway, for now that's fine. We got that going where we need to. Let's go ahead and bring them in. Are we going to keep these 4s? Probably to maybe this point here. That's going to be the back of the building here. So if I zoom it down, we're going to get a little bit of that rock in the building. I'm all right with that. There we go. And then that's going to come in. Let's take care of this. And this a second. These are going to come in. These are really close. I should have turned this the other way. Alright, but it's fine. Let's get rid of that a second. It's already there. I know where it's going to come to. It's not exactly perfect. I'm going to bring it back there. There we go. See? Problem solved. We're going to come straight with this. And this is going to go to there a second. I'm going to come in with this one. And this can block this in. Come on. Get out of my way. Thank you. Alright, like that. So one of them is going to go up into here. One's going to go there. What I'm thinking is we're going to put a lift on this one. We're going to bring that into there. This one we're just going to grab and bring into there. Alright, so we can put a wall hole on this. This is the wall hole. And as you can see, it doesn't want to place. But if I grab a wall and I put it against there, like that, and now I go back into logistics and the wall hole. I can press H, move it over and not back, up just a little, and that looks so much cleaner, right? Now let's do that over on this side. H. There we go. And now I can remove that that wall, and I just get the hole. So it's perfect. It looks nice and clean and neat, and that works just fine. These guys, I'm gonna hide them in the wall. Now, people talk about clipping. Well, you can cheat it. As long as you can't see it, then it's not clipping, right? So that's how I kind of roll with it. And I am down here. I'm gonna have to go through the iron factory. I kind of broke into the iron factory one day and never replaced the walls, so yeah, at least I can do that easy enough. All right. Oh, I don't like that. It's fine. All right, let's go ahead back to the concrete factory and clean it up, make it nice and presentable. All right, we still have a little bit of that wall showing right there. Easy enough. And then that's coming through there. All right, so the door to the factory will probably be here. I'm gonna do vertical to there. I think we're gonna do vertical to there. And then we could do something like this with a zoop. There we go. And that's where we'll put the door in there. Kind of cool. It looks like almost like those back road. I'm trying to think of it. An alley. Oh wait, we never put this back. That would help. We need to put that. Hold on. No, that's not the right. That one. And then that one. There we go. All right, now I feel better. Kind of looks like an alleyway. All right, so down here, this is going to be mergers and mergers to go to some kind of storage. Where we're going to put the storage? No clue. Could we put it up here? Or in back here? It's possible, I guess. Wow, it looks better than I thought it would. Although it's not finished yet, but I think I might do something with the bottom of the copper and make that all flat roof over there and fill that in. I think that would look so much better and cleaner than seeing those rocks. Storage. I'm gonna think about this and I'll be right back. So I'm still not sure where I'm gonna put this, but I did fill out this top. I think it looks better filled out. I also filled in that corner because I just did not like it open. This is going to be the building, so we will do this for now. All right, let's just go up and start finishing the building and try to get an idea where we want to go with that. See, this kind of comes in really nice. It looks like an alley. And I close this in. I think that would be fine. I think I want to do an inverted so it doesn't look so dingy and dark here. Then we'll put the door there. Do something like that. And then let's see what we could do with maybe an angle. So let's go ahead into the architecture and the roofs. What would the 4 look like? That is really close. Not sure I like that. So let's try the 4 meter on the top here. Do something like that. And then maybe do a window there. I gotta get rid of this. There we go. And then we'll make this glass. Like that. Then we'll put a window here. Maybe we'll do something different. We always use the same window, that clear window, which really does look nice. But maybe we'll do these angled windows. Now, will they reach? No. They don't come down at the right angle. So we might do... Let's see, if we take that and we do a 2 meter, does that line up properly? No. That's 1. That's flat. That does line up. Why didn't it line up? We must have had it improperly put in. That makes sense. Because I knew they should have fit. So we can get rid of that. And get rid of all that. Alright, and we got these 2 windows here. I'm going to color these. For now, we'll just do black. How about that? Because I haven't figured out what color I want to make the actual building. Let's go down with that. Go down with that. Grab that. Go down with that. Do this again. There we go. Alright, time for camera mode again. Alright, to be brutally honest, I don't like it. I don't like it. Why? I'm not really sure. I think an option might be to take these windows out. Let's just take these windows out. What if we came down another layer of this and it comes to a point? Let's see, we'll take these, go that way. We go that way. What happens if we do this? And it comes to this point. That might look a lot better. I really didn't like that boxy, squared off edge. And I'm wondering with this point, would that look a lot better? Alright, camera mode. Yeah. Yeah, that looks better to me. I think what we might do is angle the bottom in and come to this kind of like angle. Let's come down here a second. Let's take these and do that inverted look. Let's see, we're gonna go with foundation. Inverted 4. That's gonna leave that there. Yeah, that's fine there, actually. What we might do is... I think that will work, actually. Can I get up there? Yes, please. Alright, let's take this off. We're gonna do this inverted all the way down. Jump up, please. Nope. Please, thank you. Alright. Can't really see it on this end, but I can see it. It's fine. I think if we just go there, that'll be fine. Whoa! I did find the one little hole there was. Of course. You know, I'm known for that, so, like, it doesn't surprise me that I would find the one hole. Alright, let's try this again. This time, let's try not to fall. Let's go there right now. Jump up. There, we made it. There's a hole right there, which I'm gonna fill in. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna fill that in. Because I will fall in it. It's normal. I'm not shocked. There we go. Okay, let's make that concrete. Oh, what am I doing? I want to continue this over. Let's come over to here. I'm gonna grab that, bring that to the end. Bring that to the end. Come over to here, go into camera mode, and... yeah. I like it. I think we could even go one more. I think we could go right here. One more. Take this back. Let's do this by the bunch here. Not one at a time. Let's take this, come across here. That's fine. There. We'll take this. Go like that. Not fall. Like I almost did. Take that. There we go. Now let's see. I think that might even be better. I don't know. I might have liked it before. Which is not a big deal. I don't even have to replace a lot, but I think I'll leave it. I think I'll leave it for now. I think let's just leave it. Alright, let's see. What color do we want to make this building? This colors I have not touched, but because it's like limestone, I was thinking this color. I'm not sure how that would look, but let's find out. Let's try to paint the front of it a little bit. Because I'm kind of going with a theme. Actually, down here I might turn white. To match that. I actually don't mind that. I'm kind of going with the theme of like the iron was kind of that stainless steel, and then I did the copper in the copper color, and I think the limestone, I'm not sure if I like this color. It's more orangey than it is yellow. Let's see what other options. We could change the color too, obviously. This is more yellow. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll stay with this color. I'm alright with it. Drop down over here. That's all painted. Come on this side. I might just paint even the machines this color. Just kind of gives it that feel. If the floors get painted, that's even better. Not a lot of contrast in this building. It's a pretty boring building. As far as we're making concrete. That's it. That's all we're doing. I got stuck in the lift there. Alright. Let's go take a look. I think we will do the roof that color as well. Alrighty, let's see. I don't like something. I don't think I like this last row. I think we're gonna take this last row out. Whoops, I did not mean to fall. And I think we're gonna take this last row out. Okay. Then I think we are gonna use these windows. But I want to paint them. Again, that. Bring it down to the end. Now we are going to need lights, that's for sure. We are going to have to block the back up here and figure out what we want to do there. But I think under here, I think we're just going to fill this in with this. Kind of ugly. There's nothing really nice about it. Come on, back in. There you go. And that means these guys will have to come out. Alright, let's check and see what it looks like now. Yeah, I like that better. It was too pointy. I did not really appreciate the way it looked. This I do like better. And yeah, I think it just looks so much better. I think what we will do is we're going to put some elements of a flat roof in there to give it some sunlight. So I think what we'll do is we'll take it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll take it from this center here. I'm going to put a flat roof in there to give us some sunlight. You know what? Not in the middle. Not in the middle. I have a better idea. Let's do it here. And here. This will give us plenty of daylight, which will be really nice. And then when we put the lights in, it won't be so much. We won't need it during the day. It'll look really good. All right, so let's continue to go down. Delete that. And we'll go here. And now let's get up top. It's easier to put these flat roofs in. At least I think so. I don't know. We put the other roof in there, but we'll try it. How about that? Flat roof. I want it to point in the right direction. I want to make these glass. Let's go up top. I think it's easier still to put in. And I can make sure they're facing the right way. Because there is a thicker part on the bottom. That's it. Or should it be on the top? I think it should be... Hold on. I don't mind it this way. It's fine. I think I might do the opposite direction on the other side. Like that. There we go. Yep. I think I like it. Alright, let's get back inside. And that gives us a much brighter concrete factory. Like I said, I'm not sure where the storage is going to be, but that's okay. All right, we're going to take a break, and I'm going to be back in a little while. I'll see how the concrete's producing, and we'll see if I can find a storage solution. So I'll be back. All right, so I think I figured out a solution. The concrete comes out at 15 per minute. And let's close this up. I didn't close that. And I think what we're going to do is do one to storage and one to logistics. And I think that will work quite well. I have a logistics floor. Let me show you. Over here and up in here. So right in there inside the iron, we could definitely throw something in there. So let's do... I wonder if I can come in underneath here. Where is that? Nope, that's in our... I do not want it coming in there. I think what will be fine is we can actually put a floor hole in this. And then a wall hole. So, let's do this. Logistics... there. And then let's see, did it come out the bottom? Perfect. We'll have it coming out there. So let's bring down a lift. Goes through that window. Let's try moving it a little bit further. So we'll do it right there so it doesn't come through the window. Perfect. We could do something right there. And then put this back. And then this could be a 1 meter, which we don't need to do now. Let's hop on upstairs. We'll put that in right here. We could close that up. Actually, it's probably better to see this way. So then we could put this that way. And then let's go back inside a second. Let's merge these and bring them down under the floor. So I'm just going to put a merger on the end and connect it all up. And we can set up more than one storage. We'll see how that goes. But because we only need a few storage, we don't need an abundance of it. Should be fine. Alright, I'm going to open this up here. And drop down a second. So next, we're going to take 7. Well, that's my hot bar. Go like that. We'll put the floor back in. And I'm thinking we could run that right through here. And let's take that away and run it right to there. So let's duck. We can get rid of that. Why do we have these? Makes it so much harder to see. Here we go. All right. So now that we got this, let's grab this. Press R. Hopefully I can climb up here again. Oh, there we go. Okay. We'll take this along the ceiling here. Let's come over to this end. There's less clipping there. No clipping there. Perfect. Where are we? We are right to there. So we're going to take this just straight. And I put the lift in wrong. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? Gotta keep an eye on those frickin' arrows. Oh. Not a big deal. Alright. Take that one out. So we're gonna do this one first. Let's drop down. And take that out. And make sure that is pointed in. Press R to point it in. And now that will drop right in. Now we can replace that with that. Can even do that. That's fine. I'm gonna make this color. All right, now I gotta get out of here again. There we go. So let's cover this back up. I just fell off the edge into the iron factory. Lovely. Ay, 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 ay. There we go. Stop floating. Thank you. All right, so now I can cover this up like that. And we could color this back in. That works. So then we walk into the cement factory and everything's good. We're just going to color these things. All right. Storage. So we could either open up one of these and probably drop it in here, or, which this is tall enough, we could definitely do it. Let's see. Let's come on in. We'll grab this. I think this is tall enough. I'm pretty sure it's tall enough. We'll see. Let's do this. All right, let's grab storage. See how many we could fit. I think we could fit 2. Maybe. You know what? We'll put 1 there. 1 there. I think that should be fine. We're going to make this wrap around into here. And then I think we'll put a dimensional depot right here. Alright, so now I'm going to merge the other set on the other side and come right back into there. And that will be our storage. Alrighty. Let's grab this. It's already colored, which is nice. We could run this down towards the window here a little bit. Keep it off to the side. And there we go. We'll start storing our concrete. So now, for some reason, these guys are red. Did I disconnect power? I must have disconnected power when I was downstairs under the floor here. So let's double check, because I had the floor here. Yep, I disconnected the power. It's fine. There we go. Let's put that back. We'll open the wall here. drop down here. And go double check that. I want to add this here. That looks fine. Perfect. Everybody's back on. Everybody's producing. And this is starting to fill. Perfect. If we find we need more storage, we could always add more storage, so it's constantly making. So anyway, I want to color this. And we need a sign. So we need to figure out a sign we're going to make. So I've been using those little letters. Those are kind of cool looking. I kind of like that. But it's a little bit smaller of a building. I don't know. Maybe we just put a big billboard on the front. Maybe. We're missing crystal oscillators. I have them. They're in one of the bins down here. Let's just take all. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. There it is. Okay. Let's hop back up. And we also need a door. Let's go put a door on there. Oh, I hate that you could see that. I'm wondering if I take these windows out. And I just do this. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That looks better. I think we'll just take one of these mechanical doors here. That is not a mechanical door. You really do have to put it... There we go. We got the hole. We'll put it right here. I think that's good. We'll bring one of these guys. That I don't like that. Yeah, that's better. And then we'll grab that door. There we go. Let's paint it. Alright, so we got a door on here. That's good. And we just need to put a concrete sign. Alright, so let's see. We'll grab organization, large sign. That looks about middle. I'm hoping it's middle. It's approximately middle. It's a little off, maybe. It looks fine. It looks fine. Just, it's fine. It'll bug me if it's off, but I can't really tell unless I'm hovering above it, and I don't have a hover. So that's not going to help me any. I can't. Can I get to that? E. Okay, I got to it. Let's see. Select color. I really want to go to the color we have for that sandy color. I don't know if we're going to be able to recreate that. Let's get something close. I think it's a little oranger. That's fine. Select that. I don't know. It's fine. I don't even know if I like that. Let's see if we could just... Why don't we just do this? And then we'll select an icon and we'll do cement. Concrete. I always say cement. It's concrete. If I could spell it right. Concrete. There we go. I mean, that's really all we need, right? We know what it is. And that is off. I can see it now. Hold on a second. If I move the billboard here. Whoa. Okay. I delete that one. And I take that one. And I put it... We gotta fall down first. Right there. I think that's middle. Oh no, it's close enough. Close enough, close enough, close enough. Alright, let's take a little overview. And yeah, I think that looks pretty good. It fits in nice. It doesn't take up a lot of space. And it doesn't ruin the scenery at all. I don't know about the color. I might want to change that color. Maybe make it a little lighter. I might do something like that because that color is kind of ugly. Anyway, next episode, we need a spot that we could set up a permanent home for the hub, the MAM, I want a blueprint machine, you know, a central location for all those good things. So that's going to be the next episode. In between episodes, I will take down the old concrete back there and all those foundations. And yeah, I think we're going to make some kind of nice little home. We could use one. I think we've been building a lot and we need a nice permanent home. So again, if you liked my content, like, subscribe, comment, share. I have memberships, 99 cents and $2.99 if you want to go check them out. I have a merch store, and I also have Buy Me a Coffee if you really want to help me out. And just you guys watching, subscribing, commenting, doing all those good things, I really do appreciate it because it really does make a difference. Until next time, I'll see you next time. Bye.